name is Hiromi TAKAOKA. I am specially appointed professor in charge of intellectual property at the University of Osaka, Graduate School of Medicine and the Co-Creation Bureau. Today, I would like to introduce how our university handles intellectual property arising from the research. How to handle intellectual property created through research at the University of Osaka. Some of you have thought about using your research to benefit the society. One way is to build your own startups, and another is license activity to companies. However, the first step is turn your research results into intellectual property. I would like to show you what to do to achieve this. Our intellectual property policy outlines basic matters regarding IP. According to the policy, the intellectual property the university covers is inventions, devices, designs, plant varieties, circuit layers, program works, database works, or know-how. All is intangible. Then, what about tangible research result? Let's see materials covered by the university's MTA, Material Transfer Agreement. Tangible research results are such as reagents, materials, samples, laboratory animals, prototypes, models, experimental equipment, and electronic and paper recording media that record various research result information. Those materials can be transferred to other organizations by binding MTA, Material Transfer Agreement. For example, if you develop a special knockout mouse, please consider the possibility of MTA. Before thinking about intellectual property, you should first check whether or not you have an employment relationship with the University of Osaka. In principle, the IP created through research by researchers who are employed by University of Osaka will be inherited by and belongs to the university. Please check what kind of contract you have with University of Osaka as a researcher, and how does your contract define the handling of IP? If you are not sure about the terms of your contract, please ask your laboratory PI or contact us. I will also show you how to contact us in the last slides of the presentation. Now, let me tell you what to do when you create an invention. When you create an invention or other intellectual property, please submit an invention form to the IP section. The form will be explained later. If you could submit your research slides along with the invention form, this will help us to understand your invention. After the submission, a person from the IP section will be assigned to you. Please explain your invention to the person in charge. Your invention is to be discussed in the IP section meeting. They will discuss whether the University of Osaka should inherit your invention and file a patent application. If you pass this discussion, we will have a hearing with the patent attorney and then check the draft written by the patent attorney. The filing will be done to the Japan Patent Office. Please notice that it takes about 2 months from the submission of the invention form until the patent filing to the Japan Patent Office. So, I have to tell you that you should be careful about the timing of submitting an invention form. If your invention is made public before patent filing, it will be difficult to obtain patent even though your invention is amazing. So, the invention form must be submitted at least 2 months before the date the invention will be made public, such as paper publication, conference presentation, or abstract publication. If you submit the invention form late, any delay may result in the laboratory having to cover the cost of the patent filing. So, please submit your invention form as early as possible. After patent filing, you can supplement your invention data or contents for 1 year. I will explain this later. Here, I will explain how to write an invention form. The form can be downloaded from the Co-Creation Bureau website. The invention form can be filled out in English. If you could fill out some part, like circled in red, in Japanese language, it would make the process easier for the staff at the IP section. If you don't know how to fill it out, please ask the PI of your laboratory. I'm so sorry for the inconvenience. Similarly, if you could give us the information of the contract of your research, especially the project name in Japanese language, it would make our internal process more smoothly. However, if you don't know how to write it, you don't have to fill it out. Please don't worry. Once you fill out the form, please submit it to the IP section email address below. The slide is about the international patent application. I think you may want to patent outside of Japan as well. In the usual case, our university first filed an application with the Japan Patent Office and then used that as a basis to file a PCT international application 1 year later. During this 1 year, you can supplement the data and add some details of the invention as needed. If you file a PCT application, you will then receive an international search report. This report helps you predict whether you will be able to obtain a patent or not. If the report is favorable, you can enter national stage to obtain patent in each country you decide. Please don't worry, the IP section will contact you according to the schedule. Actually, the University of Osaka is proactively filing international applications. In a survey published last year, our university was ranked first in Japan and 10th in the world in terms of the number of PCT international applications filed by educational institutions. International applications cost high, but it enables us to receive more IP license revenue. So that's why the university is proactively filing international applications. Revenue from IP licenses is distributed to the inventors, 1/3 of revenue minus expenses. In addition, revenue from material transfer is similarly distributed to the creators. If you develop a model animal that is useful for research, please consider the possibility of MTA. Intellectual property can be used to start your own startups. In case, the Co-Creation Bureau's Venture Business Support Office will support you. Finally, I would like to introduce the Co-Creation Bureau. The Co-Creation Bureau offers a range of support options to assist you in the industry-academia collaborations, like intellectual property and building startups. For inquiries, please use the inquiry form on the Co-Creation Bureau's website. We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much.